Yo, it's me, CSCOTT, baby. And I'm here with my review of The Crow, City of Angels, starring Vincent Perez, Mia Kirshner, and Iggy Pop, directed by Tim Pope. Sorry for the lackluster opening, but I'm really sick of my camera shutting off on me. It's really starting to piss me off, and I have no way to fix it. I've looked it up, I've tried to figure out how to do it. It just, nothing I do does anything to it, so I'm gonna have to deal with it, looks like. But I was really this close to being done, and it shut off. So let's talk about this piece of shit movie. It's not a piece of shit, it's just not as good as the first one, and not as bad as the last one. We'll say that. It's a crappy movie, to be sure, and you could tell that because it was filmed through crap. I mean, what kind of... Okay, when you take the cinematography of the first one and how amazing it looks, even for 1994, and you take this... And it's how they view Los Angeles. Because City of Angels, it implies Los Angeles, California. I don't think Los Angeles is all in a yellow filter with fog all over the place. It's just, it looks terrible. And there's even a sequence where they do a flashback and they try to put a blue filter over it while also keeping the yellow filter because that's what Los Angeles looks like apparently. So it turns green, but they clearly have a little more blue to it because it's supposed to be blue. It just, ugh, alright? That's all I can say, ugh. And the acting, for the most part, they're clearly giving it their all. But, it's just, the character of Ash, like the Crow itself, that character is supposed to be a tortured soul. And I get that. But Ash, who's our Crow for this film, it's like a baby. He's like, I understand Eric Draven in the first film, he was a tortured soul and it took him a minute to kind of get a grip. But like, it's very quick too. He's getting out, he's like, Danny. That was his son. He and his son died because they happened upon a group of thugs doing something that was illegal. And, you know, even though he was saying, we won't say anything, he doesn't understand, we won't say anything, they still shot him. I mean, I understand that gang members aren't going to trust anything, but I don't think Ash would have said anything, to be honest. But, yeah, they were shot because they saw something. And, like I said, the acting, Vincent Perez is, like I said, they're all giving their all. He's clearly putting it all into the character. But the character is written so badly that he comes off as a big baby. Daddy! He literally looks like this throughout the entire film. Even when he's in the action scenes, he's just like... It's like a Twilight thing. Just... Ugh. And while we're on talking about characters... Sarah. Okay, you bring back Sarah from the first film, but you write her almost completely different. In the first film, she's this independent person. You know, her mother wasn't around, so she had to be independent. She had to live on the streets, basically. She had to do what she could to survive. And here, she's love interest. She's still independent, but that's all she is love interest. And yes, you could say it somewhat works because it was the father and son that died, not a man and his girlfriend like it would be in the next two movies. Copy and paste. But I don't think it was necessary for him to have a love interest because the only reason why they did that is so the final act would make sense when she is stabbed by Judah Earl. And all of a sudden, even though the Crow is pretty much dead, like the Crow, the actual bird is almost dead because that's the weakness, he sees her die and he gets superpowers and beats up Judah Earl. That's the only reason why they wrote that in there. Is, we need a love interest. Let's just make it Sarah from the first film. You know? That's fun. Age her up. Make her the love interest. Connection to the first film. No. It comes off as disrespectful, to be honest. I never hated this film. I still don't. I think some of the ideas in this are decent, like a father avenging his son instead of a girlfriend. That works. I'm a father. I would do that. I wouldn't necessarily kill, but I would do anything. If someone did something to my son, to quote Dominic Toretto, words ain't even been invented yet. I'm just saying. I can sympathize with Ash on that. I would protect my son hella high water. You know what I mean? So, I get that. And I like that he rides a motorcycle. The main villain, Judah Earl, is not a bad villain, but he can't hold a candle to Top Dollar. But it's basically copy and paste from the first film, but change the girlfriend to a son so we can have the girl from the first film be older and now a love interest. And it's basically the same thing that he's doing here. As he's going around, he's killing the people that killed him and his son to get revenge. And then he has, he even down to the fact that Judah Earl figures out what the weakness is, and he actually takes out the weakness in this one. He uses that weakness in this one. But then we have the switch around at the end where Judah Earl stabs Sarah. So then Ash gets superpowers back automatically and kicks his ass. And I do like this. This final fight takes place on the Day of the Dead. I'm not going to try to pronounce it in Spanish, but the Day of the Dead and this festival and stuff. I like that. When he's walking through the festival and stuff, they get to the building and all the decorations and the skull. I like that. And it works because Ash is actually Hispanic. So that works. For that in the fight and everything. Yeah. But one thing that always confused me is that he's got this messed up, makeup's all messed up, fucked up, little smeared on his face and everything. And then once he gets his superpowers, it's fixed automatically. The makeup was not part of his superpowers. Sarah put the makeup on his face. That was not a part of his powers. Unlike in the third one, what it sort of is, which we'll talk about. And I like that one better. Oh, we don't find any big problems with that. Because I actually like this one, but for some reason, this one really kind of got to me. But it wasn't a part of his powers. Sarah put the makeup on. It's terrible looking compared to the first one, but Sarah put it on. So the fact that when he gets his superpowers back, the makeup is automatically fixed, makes no fucking sense. I understand they tried to make it represent like, oh, he's got his powers back, so he's looking macho, he's looking good. It just makes no sense. Speaking of his look, the trench coat, that's always going to be simple. The Crow, but for Ash, they have him wearing one of those shirts that are cut off at the midriff, so like a belly button and stuff is showing. It looks kind of weird. I'm not complaining, I'm just saying that it looks kind of weird, And you got that. Okay. I'm going to try to be as vague about this scene as I can. So you got this scene where Thomas Jane's character's in a box room, in a room. He's staring at a woman who is not wearing clothes, and he's doing something with his hand. And he's getting to a point where he should be almost done doing this. But she says he has to put another coin in. But he's so close to being done with this that he could just get done. And that would be it. But no, he thinks he has to see this woman. But why he's getting done. And so that leads into the scene where Ash shows up in the box instead of the woman and then kills him. To me, he should have just got done. If he was that close to getting done, then he should have got done. Whether she was right in front of him or not, if he was that close, just get done. Try to be as vague as I can, because I don't want YouTube to cut me off talking about stuff like that. But if you've seen a movie, you know what scene I'm talking about. Just saying. Iggy Pop. Totally wasted. he basically just walks around most of the movie, and he complains about a tattoo on his chest that could possibly be a crow, and being that Sarah was the one who gave him the tattoo, I wouldn't doubt it. But it's very weird looking, to be honest. And he doesn't do much, and up to the point he gets killed, and it's just like, oh, Iggy Pop's dead. Okay. The characters in this film are wasted. It's really just copy and paste, but a new location, a new kind of story, a new a new pair of people that are dead. Insert Sarah as a love interest, basically, with a few things mixed up. Judah Earl actually gets to the weakness and uses that weakness, unlike Top Dollar, who wasn't able to. And he just, it's like somebody took the first film and changed Shelley to a son, changed the location of Los Angeles, changed why they died, when they died, added a love interest, made it Sarah, and then took the villain, made him not as charismatic as Michael Wincott, which, to be honest, no one can be as charismatic as Michael Wincott. Fuck, bang, fuck, I'm dead. But, and then have him actually get the weakness, but that doesn't matter because then you kill Sarah, the love interest, and then the hero gets superpowers again, which somehow fixes his makeup, and then boom, he kicks the bad guy's ass. When you go from the first one, which I'm glad I didn't watch it back to back, but when you go from the first one to this one, there's a big stylistic change with the yellow throw up cinematography and just the all-out feel of the movie. I'm gonna give it a 7 because I still think it's a decent film compared to the last one, like the very last one, Wicked Prayer, which I think is a tremendous piece of shit. At least in this, I'm gonna give my all-out ranking in the Wicked Prayer video, but so far, from what I can remember, Wicked Prayer is terrible. But who knows? Maybe this watch through, I might like it. Because I was surprised that I did not like this one as much as I did. Because usually I'm fine. Because I used to watch, this is one of the movies I used to watch late night at my grandma's. It would be on, put it on. I don't mind watching this movie. It's just now that I'm, doing movie reviews, I see the flaws in things. And the yellow throw up cinematography right from the beginning was just like, oh. This might be a rough watch. I'm just saying. But it gets a 7 out of 10 from me. So what are your thoughts on The Crow, City of Angels? Let me know in the comments below. Like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one.